Guys, like I said in the last episode, your very first step to building your AR-10 is to give it a purpose, give it a mission, give it a job. We also lightly hit on what some of those jobs could be, like hunting, like a new range boy toy, and so on. Today, though, we finally get to take that second step, picking the barrel chamberings, barrel lengths, barrel profiles, gas systems, maybe a little bit about twist rates based on those missions, so you know that you're getting the right tool for the job. Let's talk AR-10 barrels. Episode numeral 2, which AR-10 barrel is best for, insert name here, and what, insert names here's plan is before dropping hundreds to upwards of a G on one of these things. Why? 2 reasons. Last episode we harped on compatibility and fitment, or lack thereof. And similar to our ultimate AR-15 episode on barrels, this is where it all begins. Your choice of barrel chambering, length, gas system, so on. It should be intentional for what you want your AR-10 to accomplish. Okay, let's be real with ourselves for a second. You, me, maybe some other shooters that we know personally, there's probably 4-ish reasons why we want to build or buy one of these bad boys. And you'll hear this throughout the series. 1, for hunting. Keep in mind, not all hunting requires the same tools, and we'll hit on that in a little bit later. 2, for reaching out and touching things at distance, like some steel, like some paper, like something. Number 3, these growing popular 3-gun, running and gunning shooting sports. Yep, there's AR-10s in those too. Number 4, it's just fun, it's true. If you have a gun in your safe that is not mission specific, no shame. Doesn't mean that they're useless though. So before we get any further, let's first clear up some air around using more than one caliber in the same AR-10 barrel chamber. Within the 4 most popular AR-10 calibers, we're talking about 308, 7.62x51, 243, and 6.5 Creed. Only 2 could be used in the same chamber, and just like our beloved 5.56, 223, doesn't necessarily go both ways. For the AR-10, the 308 is a higher pressure generating cartridge, meaning for the most part, 7.62 in a 308 chamber barrel all day. 308 in a chamber for 7.62 might have a bad time. Is it guaranteed? Nope. Do I want to find out? Nope. But for the rest of us, this episode, let's think of 308 and 7.62 interchangeably, just for clarity. All right, here we go. What barrel lengths, chamberings, yada yada, are the wiser choices for those 4 shooting styles? Let's start with the quickest and easiest, that having fun thing. All right, fast and furious on this one. AR-10s are becoming more and more like AR-15s, especially in that barrel length department. Is there a, quote, practical mission for a small form factor, high caliber AR-10? Maybe when we dip our toes into that competition world later, maybe hunting, arguably, but put a pin in that. Long range precision, nope. Personal defense, I mean, I have a sledgehammer in the garage, but I don't bring it inside to mount pictures on the wall. So what's left is fun, of course, but hold on a minute, because here in the ancient times of 2023, the legal spider web amongst AR pistols, pistol braces, SBR, short barreled rifles, it is a sticky mess. So sticky, like time now, I can't even say anything that might not be accurate tomorrow. Okay, let's move on to some good stuff now. Outfitting our AR-10 builds for those upcoming missions, starting with all my fellow hunters out there. First things first, let's go ahead and kill that question. Can you use an AR-10 for hunting? Because of course you can. Today's modular AR-10, it's more than capable and has been proven to successfully and ethically harvest America's most targeted big and medium game. Again, it's a matter of the right tool for the job. So getting as general as possible, for the sake of clarity, I'd say you'll probably find a large amount of hunters using a 243 cartridge for medium, deer size, or smaller game, and the 308 6.5 Creed for the larger critters. Sure, you can use a larger caliber on smaller game for extra stopping power or distance or both, but it's definitely situational based. Like, do I need a 6.5 Creed max velocity in a heavily wooded area? Probably not. Would I personally use a 243 for a 600 plus yard shot at a muley across the coulee? Probably not. Or would I pack a 243 into the Montana backcountry for 5 days? Guys, right tool, right job. Shout out to my home base. So let's talk hunting barrels now. And here in the hunting game, things like twist rate, gas system length, barrel profile probably doesn't need to be a huge part of your barrel choice, especially since pretty much they're all 110 and 1.8 out there and mid-length and rifle length gas systems anyway. To that point, barrel length might not be as important a consideration in this department either, especially within the 243-308. The actual gains and losses in velocity between a 16-inch barrel to 20 to 22-inch barrel probably not going to fix your already crappy shot. On the flip side though, if you plan on putting something down ethically at distance, maybe some of those features help squeeze out a last small edge for shot placement reliability. So what's left to consider in hunting barrels? Weight. Remember, you're not parked up on a hilltop, lying in the back of the truck for a 1,000+ yard shot. You actually have to lug this thing around. And if you haven't been doing your remedial PT in the off season, this H-bar style heavy barrel, it might get a little bit heavy after a while. For you helicopter hog hunting heroes of the world, particularly at night, you might not enjoy the muzzle flash of a 16-inch 308 with just a muzzle brake on. Just saying. All right, guys, one of my favorite games to play, reaching out, touching something at great distances, maybe for some cover, maybe from some concealment. We're talking 1,000 yards and beyond, but all the while raining down hit after hit, dead on target. Ooh, it gets me all tingly. So why long-range precision is different from longer-range hunting? Couldn't I just use a long-range 308 to get her done? Yeah, absolutely, you could, but there's also better tools or setups for the job. Think of it this way. How many of you hunters have had to change your position on the fly in order to finally get that clear and clean shot? I'll raise all the hands I have. Now, think of all the 1,000+ yard shots on steel, on paper, or those other specialized missions that you see out on the socials out there. One thing you'll notice is the advantage of your stationary and stable shooting positions, and that the targets aren't going to move in a split second. In that very stable, prone supported, or firing bench shooting position, I can actually apply a significantly higher percentage of my focus to breathing, aiming, clean pull of the trigger instead of what my target's going to do next. It's a completely different ballgame. All right, I'm going to be honest with you on this one. This is one of the shooting disciplines that could drive you to bankruptcy because it's all about squeezing every last bit of juice from your platform to get it to perform accurately and reliably and consistently from the first cold bore shot to the 50th or 100th round. I definitely can't begin explaining the intricacies of ballistics from one ammo load to the next and how they're going to perform with different barrel lengths, gas systems, dwell time, twist rates, whatnot. But there are some generalities that we can say for most of you or some of you who are thinking about heading down the long-range precision path. These days, the 6.5 Creedmoor is becoming the name of the long-range game, especially amongst the big 4 calibers that we're focused on. The higher velocity than all 3 243, 308, 7.62, matched with a 22, maybe outwards of 26-inch barrel, means that the 6.5 Creedmoor will travel a hell of a lot further before she starts succumbing to gravity and subsequent bullet drop. But there are plenty of 308,000 yard plus shooters out there. At the end of the day, for long range precision shooting, the good thing is you do not have to take out a second mortgage to get your toes wet in the 6.5 Creedmoor style barrels like Faxon, Ballistic Advantage, Wilson Combat. They're not really more expensive than your average 308 or 243 barrel, meaning you'll probably end up finding yourself sinking more of your paychecks into match grade ammo or even a whole reloading setup. All right, folks, we're getting into the exciting world of running and gunning shooting sports. Typically, this is where you'll see those super sexy anodized ARs decked out with the hairiest of triggers, maybe $1,000 Christensen armed carbon fiber barrels, and so on. It's hard to really say with certainty what most three-gun or competition shooters are using if they're using AR-10s for those competitions, or how many folks are actually using AR-10s in competition. The point is the AR-15 is the dominant gun for these types of shooting sports, but I would watch for more AR-10s popping up. That extra dimension of longer distance mixed with that fast-paced, up close and personal shooting just sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure that my three-gunning friends and family will finally talk me into it eventually. I'd venture to say, like the three-gun AR-15, a lighter, more maneuverable, controllable AR-10 is probably the ultimate goal here without sacrificing so much weight where you can't even get back on target for a quick follow-up shot. A good muzzle device or a good muzzle compensator might help or could help offset that as well. It's just something to think about. You know what? I guess there is sort of a fifth shooting style option that we could mention real quick. It's having the best of both worlds, meaning you get to have your AR-10 for its primary mission, hunting, gunning, whatnot, but you also want to take it out for a boys' night of fun during the off season. Best part about today's AR-10, modularity. I mean, why can't I pop off my mountain hunting optic for an LPVO and then take it for a walk around the range? Or, heaven forbid, you find a manufacturer with something like a 6.5 Creed upper that fits a DPMS 308 lower. Now you have two guns in one. They're out there. The possibilities are not endless, but you do have some options. Actually, you do have a lot more options for all kinds of choices when it comes to your upper receiver and lower receiver, and all those little knobs, bells, and whistles that you can put on them. We're talking all about it next in this episode right over here.